Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotional opportunities and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.
All right, we are live. Welcome to the final Token Metrics Sunday live stream. I'm your host, Bill Noble, and I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, senior investment analyst, Forrest Przybysz. Forrest, welcome to the finale.
Thanks, Bill. It's great to be here.
Okay, so for one final time on Sunday, this is your market update. Bitcoin, the new gold standard, governments, and GAN. Now, WTF happened in 1971, a tweet from the head of Twitter, a big Bitcoin guy. This week, August 15th, today, this is the 50th anniversary of the United States coming off the gold standard, which was a period where the dollar was backed by a reserve of gold, to its current system where it's just all paper that comes out of the printing press. So today is the 50th anniversary of fiat as toilet paper. Now, to tell you what you already know, you've been working a lot harder for a lot less. So WTF happened in 1971.com has a report that starts with this chart. It shows that workers have become 2.5 times more productive versus where they were in 1971. So they provided 2.5x worth of work only to have 1x in compensation, or not even a 1x, just a barely increase in compensation. In other words, since 1971, since 50 years, you've worked harder for the same amount of money. And how far is that money going? I don't know. Do I really have to go into it? I could bore you with all the charts of all the commodities, cotton, sugar, juice, all mooning. This is what you already know about the dollar, except now we're at the 50th anniversary point, right? The toilet paper tipping point. And these big anniversaries in American history can be huge GAN inflection points. Stay tuned for that. Slight digression. Oh, wow, look, more governments behaving badly. The Internal Revenue Service drafting rules along the lines of their ability to determine who is a broker in crypto and who they can then tax. This was the language in the controversial infrastructure bill that had a little crypto clause. So as it turns out, what the IRS really wanted was Congress to pass this broad, strange regulation where they could tax miners and make them pay taxes like banks when they don't have that information. No one really understood why there was this strange language, why would you want to treat a miner like a bank? Well, guess what? They don't want to treat a miner like a bank. They don't want to tax miners or developers. They want to tax whoever they feel like taxing. So this tweet says the IRS drafted the rules, Congress put it into law, and this will reduce the amounts of lawsuits against the IRS. It's like the empire strikes back. Meanwhile, back at the foreign policy ranch, the United States government has handed the women and children of Afghanistan over to one of the most evil regimes in history by simply walking out the door. My friends were in the Trade Center towers on 9/11, and they are for sure rolling over in their graves, along with every man and woman who fought these terrible people in Afghanistan. Now, what does this have to do with crypto? Well, what a wonderful tweet this is, where a crypto regulation expert gives a major FU to the government by saying, oh, I see, you guys want to go after DeFi, you want to tax crypto, you want anti-money laundering and KYC. Okay, whatever. Hopefully, whatever it is you do, whatever it is you put in place, doesn't prevent the women of Afghanistan, who are undoubtedly unbanked and will stay so for the next 100 years. Hopefully, those women can get access to DeFi. A reminder of what you already know. DeFi altcoins, token metrics for the people. Now, what I have just explained to you is about the horrendous behavior of the US government. Monetary policy, foreign policy, fiscal policy, you name it, right? I don't have to explain to you that governments are run by buffoons. Now, what you may not know is that if things get bad enough in the fiat foreign exchange market, that market can give the thumbs down on a currency because of political developments as well as economic developments. So as we approach this big GAN date, as US foreign policy becomes this nightly news torment, I'm noticing the dollar index making a triple top at a big fib inflection point, a big diagonal resistance point. The dollar has needed a catalyst to go down for so long. And how about this? How about runaway inflation, the virus out of control, a foreign policy disaster, and the 50-year anniversary of us turning our currency into a napkin to eat your muffin on? This allows the fiat foreign exchange market to just go, I'm going to indiscriminately sell the dollar. Indiscriminately. Now, let's go back to crypto, because I know you're dying to hear about it. That's why you tuned in. Let's take a look at the CoinGecko market cap chart. Now, I'll spare you all the math, but we got Cardano at number 3. So good for all the army of Cardano out there. We got XRP on the move. All right. Cardano has eclipsed Binance Coin. So just for the heck of it, I just sort of eyeballed it. And if my math is correct, Cardano, Binance Coin, Ripple, and Doge, if you add all those market caps up together, I think it's almost 1/3 of what Bitcoin is. And I was like, I didn't come on the show today to say if there's anything wrong with Cardano and XRP. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. XRP is a rebellion against the government, and Cardano is going to launch dApps and smart contracts that are going to help with education and healthcare in third world countries. So if there's nothing wrong with Cardano and Doge, but they're starting to creep up on Bitcoin and the dollar could get hammered, doesn't that mean that Bitcoin's market cap could expand massively? If they expand Cardano over Binance and XRP and Doge continue to rally, doesn't that mean that Bitcoin can go much, much, much higher? Let's take a look at Bitcoin market cap. Okay, so not total market cap, just Bitcoin. Now, what I'm noticing when I did a Fibonacci extension work, going from the lows in 2018 to the move back to 20K in November, and I drew my extension lines, it turns out that Bitcoin market cap actually broke out last week. So this like really boring price action that we've been watching lately, that could be a bull market phenomenon where the market bores you to tears, starts and stops, or actually just dies, and tricks you out of the fact that a big move may be coming. because I really don't see any resistance in Bitcoin market cap until 1.1 trillion. And I think it can go to 1.4 because that's the top fib extension line. So it's almost like saying XRP and Cardano are like small cap stocks in equities. They rally first, and then big boy Bitcoin goes next. Total crypto market cap, okay? As far as I'm concerned, there really isn't anybody in the way until 3 trillion. So I haven't forgotten about Ethereum. I haven't forgotten about DeFi. I haven't forgotten about all that. What I'm saying is that there could be a move where XRP and Cardano started, Bitcoin goes totally vertical. Then after a Gann inflection point on August 20th, ETH then follows. So this anniversary of coming off the gold standard, I think, is a Bitcoin catalyst short term. Now, confirming my suspicion is our artificial intelligence. And I'm not sure you've heard, but at tokenmetrics.com, we not only do thought leadership, but we also do artificial intelligence and machine learning. As a matter of fact, that's our bread and butter. Except it's not just bread and butter anymore, folks. Our technology has been upgraded. And our portfolio analytics team and our data science guys are badass. Yeah, I know it's a plug for the site, but yeah, it's a plug for the site. And I'm going to tell you why. One of the things that they have is a day trader index, right? So every day it'll give you new coins that the AI flags, for that day. And I like to freestyle it as a technical analyst. Right? I like to freestyle it a little bit and say, okay, what shows up day after day after day? And what does that tell you? What does that tell me? What will that tell you when you sign up for the site? Well, here we're going to see that Bitcoin is 30% and wrapped Bitcoin is 35%. And they have a 30% allocation to Solana. To me, this means our AI has been screaming Bitcoin and Solana for over 10 days. Now, let's take a look at Bitcoin, the chart itself. I did something bold and drew some fib circle analysis. When I did it, I noticed that when Bitcoin leaves one of the circles, especially if it does it in an impulsive way where you get some decent green candles, we haven't quite gotten that yet, but if we can get a big green break above 47, I think Bitcoin off this Gann inflection point for the gold standard can just rip to 88K. We all know what happens when Bitcoin just goes. It's also worth noting that August is the 1-year anniversary of Michael Saylor aping in to Bitcoin using funds he borrowed with his company issuing bonds. Bitcoin is the new gold standard. Do not underestimate what Bitcoin could do on the upside. Cardano, XRP, you just woke up one day and they were gone. It was just flying. Probably because people are worried that, proof of stake and ETH 2.0 may have to be delayed because of the tax regulation. But one of the things that they've said is that proof of work currencies will probably be left alone. That's what was in the compromise amendments. So put together Gann, put together the dollar, put together all these other things, not to mention RAI at tokenmetrics.com. And you have a case for Bitcoin to go from 47 to either 88 or 89, 89 being another big Gann indicator. That's 89K, by the way. Now, ETH, I haven't forgotten about it. Above 3241, I'm showing a short-term bullish structure, right? I think for ETH, the time for the rally is going to be right around August 20th. So I actually think, even though this is a little bit bold, I think it's Bitcoin first, followed by ETH. If they both go up 20%, I won't be upset. But that's kind of the order of operations I'm going under. Now, back to our artificial intelligence. Hey now, Solana. All right, Solana is acting like ETH did way back in the day. Imagine buying ETH at 40 or 52. Solana is about to blow up on the upside. And RAI got our people in below 40. So it's something to think about as you watch the final Token Metrics Sunday live stream. Isn't it time to come be with us at tokenmetrics.com? Now, on the sillier side, there's Doge, which I think also makes the case for Bitcoin. There isn't any resistance in Doge until we're talking like 55 or 60 cents, right? You could get easily a 2 or 3x in Doge. It's breaking out. Our AI has been flagging meme coins, not this one. But if you look at what's going on in NFTs, meme coins are not the most speculative thing in the market anymore. They actually may be a part of the future of money. Speaking of the future of money, XRP, next level of interest is $1.38. We wish them well as the XRP army marches on. For me, this is the rebellion against the government. This is the rebellion, right? This is the new AMC or GameStop of the crypto market. If XRP continues to lead, a Bitcoin catch-up is inevitable. Can XRP take out $1.60? Sure. The more XRP goes, the more Ethereum and Bitcoin can go. Okay, here's Cardano taking out a key GAN line. We have been discussing $2.10. We discussed how this looked like a 5-wave up, which means you get a lot of gratification. Now, at number 3 market cap, Cardano may have to take a break unless Bitcoin explodes, right? So how do you get Cardano at 3.5? BitBoy is talking about 5 or 8. How does that happen? Well, it's got to mean Bitcoin and Ethereum just go massively higher. And you've got total crypto market cap, instead of being 1.9 trillion, it should probably be 3 trillion. And you could add $1 trillion to market cap in a very short amount of time because, frankly, the whole crypto market is mispriced. Remember what I was saying about the dollar and governments and all this stuff? This is going to get traded. It's not just going to be a philosophy or a concept anymore. It's going to get traded. I couldn't end the live stream without Dash and the future of money. Do not underestimate proof of work, future of money type trades like Dash. If Dash takes out 207, look out. Honestly, I think Dash could be at 375 in a heartbeat. Okay, there's been a slow rolling bottom, and there's upside in Dash. Finally, as a salute to my friend Forrest, who has taught me a lot about crypto, I'd like to present the visual trends indicator from tokenmetrics.com, which you're no doubt going to want to subscribe to, showing Nano has just ticked up bullish. Okay, the last time we got a bullish signal like this in Nano did one more dip and went from basically 5.5 to 15 on a rope. The future of money is here, and that trade, in my mind, starts today. This is Bill Noble from Token Metrics TV. We will see you next time. Now I can turn it over to my colleague Forrest, where he will give you some of his insights on the market. Forrest.
Thanks for the legendary market update, Bill. Guys, imagine if you could have that market update from Bill every single day. Well, you can if you go to Token Metrics and subscribe and become a customer. You get Token Metrics TV, whereas Bill is giving his market update every single day. And we have a ton of other shows, including Crypto Foresights, which is along the lines of something that I'm going to go through right now. And what I'm going to go through right now are Terra Luna scenario models. Crypto is very, very complicated, and there's a lot of information out there about or clickbait about Terra Luna is going to go to $1,000 or Cardano is going to go to $75. Well, I'm here to shed a little bit of light on some realistic scenarios that we could actually see out of Terra Luna. Now, we like Terra Luna. Terra Luna is a solid blockchain. It's a good layer one solution that is seeing a lot of development in the market, right? We're seeing a lot of development happen on this layer one smart contract network. So just getting our bearings here, we've got Luna against Tether US. So Luna against the dollar, right? We've been in a long-term rising trend channel. We've got multiple trend lines here, and we can just arbitrarily, I'm not saying that the market is going to peak at the end of the year. This is just an arbitrary date that's in the near future, right? We're about 4.5 months away from the end of the year that we can look forward to and actually take measured moves in our channel and say, well, if Terra Luna can continue to trade within this channel for the next 5 months, right? Obviously, this is a bullish scenario. If it can maintain this trajectory, it's going to be trading somewhere between $41 and $375, right? We're on a logarithmic scale with support around 78 and 196, right? Now, is $375 the most realistic scenario? And am I saying Terra Luna is going to 375 by the end of the year? No, that is not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is it's possible, given the fact that Terra Luna has been trading in this trend line or in this trend channel for so long, that if we continue this trend, it is a possibility. It would be at the top of the trend. Again, it would probably be far less likely than some of these other numbers down here, but it is a distinct possibility. What this tells us, though, is that $1,000, $2,000 Terra Luna by the end of the year, anyone telling you that is probably not backing it with good analysis. Now, we can actually take this a step further and construct a scenario matrix to zero in on some realistic scenarios for Terra Luna in the foreseeable future. Let's just arbitrarily say by the end of the year, by looking at Terra Luna's market dominance and cross-referencing it with the total cryptocurrency market cap, right? So you can see that we've already surpassed, Terra Luna has already surpassed 0.25%. Now, we did see a lot of action around this 0.25% market dominance. And what market dominance actually is, it's just market share. It's Terra Luna's market share of the total cryptocurrency market cap, right? You can see we had some support at 0.25% market dominance for Terra Luna. So that's where we're going to put our first scenario. Then we're going to step up to 0.5%. Currently, we're just under 0.4%. We're going to step up and say, if this trend can continue, where Terra Luna is continuing to develop, continuing to grow, continuing to eat up market share against other cryptocurrencies, it could reasonably move to 0.5%, right? 0.75% would be where this trend line is at by the end of the year, or even 1% market dominance if it can just continue to explode. Now, it's important to note that on a logarithmic scale like this, it is very difficult to stay on these long-term trend lines, right? So this is a bullish scenario. Now let's take a look at our total cryptocurrency market cap and develop a couple scenarios here. Now, I'm not going to go through this chart in too much detail. If you want, you can sign up for Token Metrics and check out Crypto Foresights on Token Metrics TV, where I explain this chart in far more detail. But suffice it to say, we have been on a long-term, very rapid growth trajectory for the total cryptocurrency market cap for the last 7 to 8 years, right? We have a linear trend line on a logarithmic scale that equals exponential growth. And occasionally we have these parabolic separations, and we experience parabolic growth for a period of time, also known as a bull market, right? Now, what I've done here is I've gone through and measured the risk premium, and I've measured risk tolerances, past risk tolerances of the total cryptocurrency market cap at the peaks of the bubbles. And you can see here that the total cryptocurrency market cap is very capable of handling a much higher risk premium. It can tolerate a much higher risk premium than it currently is at right now. We're currently a hair over 500 days to fair value as measured by this trend line. And historically, we've seen peaks at over 1,000 days to fair value. So we can take these days to fair value measurements and project different total cryptocurrency market cap scenarios of 2.6 trillion, 4.6 trillion, and $7.8 trillion. I'm not saying that's where we're going to be by the end of the year. I think it's distinctly possible that we could get there by the end of the year, but it's not a matter of when, guys. If you look at the long-term trend line, it's not a matter of if, rather, it's a matter of when, right? Who cares if it's at the end of the year or 3 months after the end of the year when we hit these market cap, total cryptocurrency market cap scenarios? They are very likely to be hit. There's going to be a lot of money coming into the market, right? A ton of money. Just one note here, Microsoft, this green line, in 1999, when there was 5 times less money in circulation, Microsoft was able to reach one equity, Microsoft, able to reach a $600 billion market cap in the dot-com bubble. That's just one equity. We're taking a look here at the total cryptocurrency market cap, which is barely 3 times the size of Microsoft in 1999, barely 3 times the size, right? Yet there's 5 times more money in circulation. They've printed 5 times the amount of money since 1999. Yet we're only at a $2 trillion total cryptocurrency market cap, right? We can go much, much higher. We can sustain much more risk. So if we take our market dominances for Terra Luna and then our total cryptocurrency market cap scenarios, we can create a matrix. We can construct a matrix that says these are realistic price predictions for where Terra Luna could reasonably go to sometime by the end of the year. That's kind of the arbitrary date that we picked, right? 5 months out. Maybe it only takes 2 months to get there. Maybe it takes 7 months to get there. I'm not too worried about the timing here. I'm worried about just getting our bearings and saying, is $189 for Terra Luna impossible? No, I don't think it is impossible. I think it's unlikely. It's on the fringe. It's on the top of our scenario matrix here. So is it the most likely scenario that we see $190 Terra Luna by the end of the year? Probably not, but it's distinctly possible, right? There's a big difference in saying $189 Terra Luna by the end of the year versus saying $2,000 Terra Luna by the end of the year. $2,000 Terra Luna by the end of the year would probably not be realistic or based on any analysis. Guys, if you had to ask me, what is your prediction? Which one of these scenarios do you actually like the most? I would say somewhere in the middle here, right? I think we can realistically very likely hit a $4.6 trillion total cryptocurrency market cap by the end of the year. We're already at 2 trillion. We've already peaked at 2.6 trillion. What's another 2 trillion on top of it over the next couple months, over the next 5 months? After everything you just heard Bill say about the amount of money that's going to be moving into altcoins, about the amount of money that's going to be moving into Bitcoin, right? That would only require Terra Luna to get from where it's at today at around 0.4% market dominance to 0.5% market dominance. I think $55, $56 Terra Luna by the end of the year is quite realistic and maybe even a little bit conservative, right? We could even see some larger numbers, but I like to operate towards the middle of these scenario matrix columns, right? We've got the same exact data here. It's just in a chart instead of a table. If you prefer looking at charts, the way you read this is we just have our $2.6 trillion total cryptocurrency market cap scenario in red, 4.6 trillion in yellow, and in green our 7.8 trillion more bullish total cryptocurrency market cap with our different scenarios for Terra Luna dominance at the bottom here. And this is the exact same chart. It's just on a logarithmic scale. It spaces out the numbers a little bit better so that you can read them, right? So that wraps it up for Terra Luna realistic price scenarios by the end of the year. Guys, if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe to the channel, but also check out Token Metrics TV, where you can get Bill's market update every single day. You can get crypto foresights every Tuesday, hidden gems every Thursday, and a ton of other content. Back over to Bill.
All right. Thank you, Forrest. Folks, hit that like and subscribe button. This will be the last Sunday live stream. I don't want to make you upset, but we will be back with a new live stream starting tomorrow, Monday. Going forward, it'll start at 4 p.m. Eastern. You definitely want to like and subscribe and turn on alerts, because you will want to know when that live stream and possible additional live streams will go live. Now, a brief word as we conclude, and maybe it won't be so brief. First of all, I want to shout out to my colleague, Forrest. I was in Forrest's job interview where he had to do what we do at Token Metrics, where someone has to perform a test and give a presentation to like a group of people. And Forrest did his thing. Everybody weighed in. And then I could feel the eyes on Zoom. And Ian goes, "What do you think?" And I just said, "Put this guy on television. Put this guy on television." So if you want more of Forrest, okay, because we're actually taking all the things and a lot of things that Forrest knows, and we're actually integrating it into the overall Token Metrics ecosystem. So if you like what he does, you're going to love some of the future things on our website. Now, some gratitude. What's the best way to survive the pandemic? What's the best way to make money in crypto? It's to be grateful for what you have. I started with Token Metrics in September of 2019, where I would describe the crypto landscape as a frozen, icy plain. There was no trees, nothing, just a bunch of dirt and frozen grass. Nobody wanted altcoins. Nobody wanted to talk about crypto. And here's my boss, Ian Bellina, persevering with a live stream. And he looks at me from my background at Wall Street, where I used to do things like the market update, but only like once or twice a year. And he's like, "Well, we're doing this every week." First, it was just Bitcoin and ETH, and then it turned into a 30-minute presentation, which then turned into a television show that's on every day at tokenmetrics.com. But if you are new, and even if you're not new, if you're a longtime viewer, you may not know that when I started at Token Metrics 2 years ago, I came from a Bitcoin maximalist firm. I knew about Ethereum because I charted it, but I didn't know anything about Matic. I didn't know what a layer 2 solution was, but I learned it from Ian. So not only did he gave me a break in terms of bringing me into this great Token Metrics ecosystem, but I got an education. I got it on the live stream where you got your education. I did my first trade on a DEX during a pause break on the live stream in between presentations. Yes, I FOMO'd into something on a DEX. It happens to us all. But I got MetaMask. I learned altcoins. I learned DeFi. DeFi summer happened while I was on the air. I learned DeFi on the fly. So if you're out there and you're like, "Jesus Christ, how am I ever going to figure all this out? How am I going to learn crypto?" The good news is you can come with us, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on Token Metrics TV or tokenmetrics.com. Your education, your future in crypto awaits. How do you make money? Well, you be grateful for what you have, and that lets you expand. Imagine in the future being like an Ian Bellina, achieving financial independence, being a crypto millionaire. I got my education and my break from him. And my hope is that I can continue to help you with your education, with your navigation and your trading and your investing. If you meet a technical analyst in a $3,000 suit, you should probably run in the other direction. Because a good technical analyst, although I want to make a living, put my daughter through medical school, right, and maybe have a nice car, a good technical analyst is a servant of the people. A good technical analyst wants to help you almost as much, if not more, than he wants to actually make money for himself. Now, that's how I look at it. And I hope that I've reached out to you and that you stay with us. Stay with us. There's so much noise out there, right? So in sum, we appreciate your business. To our customers, we appreciate you. To our viewers, to our listeners of our Engine Room podcast, we appreciate every time you've paid attention to Token Metrics. So, friends, this is goodbye. This is the last Sunday live stream. This is Bill Noble from Token Metrics TV. We will see you next time.